Yes, awesome. Are we on? We're on. We're live. Woohoo! Welcome
Oh,
to Digital Mindset. I am Vanessa Michelle.
what's up? I am Chris Tree. No, I'm just playing. I'm Chris. Welcome back from the
Welcome,
holidays. Hope you guys had a
guys.
good Christmas if you celebrate.
Yes,
We got a good
awesome.
show for you.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We're going into 2018. Are you ready? Are you ready, Chris?
2018, here we come, and hopefully your businesses are on their way too, and they're
Yes.
not in 1990. Gonna show you
Unfortunately.
some businesses today. They're a
Yes.
business.
Today we are talking about how to rebrand your company. Seeing that it's 2018, we've been getting a lot of calls from some of you small businesses, which we enjoy, of course, calls and emails about rebranding for 2018. And guess what? We've been kind enough to answer your calls, answer your emails by this show. So today we're going to be talking about how to rebrand your business from social media to your website. So we're ready to give you guys some tips and tricks here.
Absolutely. And honestly, and I'll start this out just by saying, I mean, we're going to give some examples here, but there are probably 80% of you business owners out there that fall under these same branding styles, branding techniques, don't have a responsive website, and really are not ready for the digital age. So, even though we'll show you, an example here today, I don't want you guys to think like, oh, they didn't pick my website, so we're good to go. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Well, most of you aren't. There's some good people out there, but if you're moving into the digital age, you got to make sure your brand is cohesive with the internet, moving forward with mobile devices, with iPads and tablets and everything else that people are using to shop the internet and to find your services. You got to make sure you're getting to them where they're at.
Right. And so, kind of getting into this, one thing that I even mentioned to Chris was that for people who want to rebrand, it's important to realize that your rebranding is basically revising the system that you're currently using. So it's revising the strategy if you have one. If you don't, keep listening. But to revise the strategy and to think about what it is that you're doing now. So that goes into your design, it goes into your marketing, and it goes to your brand cohesiveness, kind of like what Chris just said. So that's the basis that we're going to touch on today. And we actually have two live examples, two businesses that we're going to be talking about to kind of show you guys the cohesiveness and the rebranding that we're talking about.
Yeah. So go ahead, throw me up there. Let's go over this first company. Now, if you are a business owner out there and you have a website that looks like this,
you need to be rebranding.
You need to rebrand. So you guys might have seen the title, when and how to rebrand, and you might be thinking to yourself, when should I rebrand? Well, here's an example. If your website looks like this, you need to rebrand. As you can tell, this is not a responsive layout. So you see my notes there in the background, but it's not responsive. This thing is not good for a cell phone, okay? It's geared simply towards a website, not geared towards a tablet, a cell phone, anything like that. And as you can tell, very old school. They've been in Medina County since 1993, and so has their website. So, just an example, very little information on here.
Right.
I mean, you can tell that they're a plumbing company, but there's not much to the website, okay?
Right.
So you want to see a, plumbing company that's doing it, a little bit better, become the APPC Plumbing Services, okay? And look, a lot better, as you can tell, very clean.
Call to actions immediately.
Got call to actions immediately with the request a plumber, okay? We got nice images, another request and estimate. So multiple different call to actions, get quote. So you can see up and down this website, they're asking you for their business. They also have customer testimonials here, what our clients are saying about our plumbing services. Stay connected with all of the Facebook and all that good stuff down there. A+ on the Better Business Bureau, so they're building their credibility with the Better Business Bureau logo there. So a lot better. As you can tell, if I'm someone looking for plumbing, this company looks a lot more serious, at least to me.
Right.
As you can tell, their website is responsive. Okay, so that means it's going to look good on a cell phone instead of just a desktop, which is super important. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Mobile Armageddon or Mobilegeddon. I'm not sure how you exactly say it, but Google it, because Google implemented that Mobile Armageddon into their algorithm to where if your website does not function properly on a cell phone, it's hurting your brand, your website, and your search engine traffic simply because of that.
Right. And if you go back to the Beagles Plumbing or whoever that was.
Yeah, let's go check out Beagle.
So when it comes to rebranding, if your site looks similar to this, some of the things that you want to consider, I mean, right off the top is call to action. I mean, I guess we can kind of give it to them for having a call now, but I can't click on that. You know, I have to dial that, which sometimes you will lose people off of not making things easily accessible to them.
Absolutely.
So a part of that rebranding strategy is making it easy for your potential client to access your information, to get in touch with you, and really for them to understand what your service offers. I mean, at least there is a list there of the things that they offer, but honestly, it's not visually pleasing. So that's something too when it comes to your rebranding, is having a design that's structured in a way for me to be able to, you know, relate to the content that I'm seeing, relate to the copy that I'm seeing, because that matters. And if you go to the nicer website or whatever, you can kind of see how they have their layout. It's more structured, more visually pleasing.
You can click to call us now.
And you can actually click on that, and that's a part of the rebranding, is that strategy. And I love throughout this site that the colors are the same, the buttons, you know, make sense. That's a part of the rebranding strategy, is making sure the things are cohesive, the text is cohesive.
Yeah.
Those are just some of the things that I'm just looking at right now.
Yeah. No, and I have to definitely pick that out and tell you, you know, again, I say you have to optimize your website to mobile. Okay, so you know, again, we come back to Beagles Plumbing, and you can't click on this call number. So now I have to go back to my phone, memorize your number, go into my keypad and type it in. No one's going to do that. Everybody nowadays, what they want to do is Google Plumbing. They see your website pops up, your number's right here. I'm going to click your number, and boom, I'm on a live phone call with one of your reps. That's what they're going to do. If you make it hard for people to call you and contact you, they're going to contact somebody else. Quit giving them friction points. They need to be able to call you, contact you directly from the website, so that they don't have to take 5 extra steps just to try and give you their business, because there's a lot of plumbers out there.
Yeah, that's for sure. And even to taking note that for each page that you have on your website, they don't have that many, not that many pages, but for each page on your website, there should be a theme to each one of them. So that's even part of the rebranding. Sometimes we have companies who ask, like, okay, how should we map out our website and things like that. Every page should have its own theme. It should still have the call to actions, because they're still important, but each page should have its own purpose and its own theme. You don't want the same copy on every single page.
Yeah.
You don't want a whole bunch of text that people are probably not going to read. You want to be as engaging as you can, but staying consistent with the flow and with the content as well. So if you have a home page, let that be the home page. Let that be all the information that needs to be known. If you have an about page, make the about page about the company. If you have a services page, make it so that all the services are laid out. You don't want to spread that stuff out too thin, and then there's no cohesion, and so the person is clicking off, they're dropping off of your website, and that happens all the time.
Absolutely. And you know, another one thing about your rebranding is you don't want to jam all of your services, everything you do, into one page. Okay, so like you see here, you know, this is the About Us page, and it doesn't even really tell me what they do. It tells me when they were founded, who is the owners of the company.
They're committed.
Yeah, it doesn't really tell me much about what you do, right? So, I mean, on this, you know, I guess plumbing, but, you know, plumbing is pretty broad. You know, tell me what you do. Give me some examples. Give me some photos. Have different pages designed around, okay, we fix toilets. Okay, we snake drains. We do septic. You know, all of the many different things. We scope your drains. You know, whatever you guys do, there's multiple different things. Make an individual page for each one of those services. You know, scoping drains in Medina, Ohio could be the page name or something. You know, there's multiple different ways to show people what you do while using SEO and tactics to actually reach your customer. So,
and going along with that, having video, having pictures, like there's no before and afters. I don't see anything like that. I don't see, first of all, if you scroll, I'm already kind of like down, like right here, like I'm not paying for anything. Like, why would that be there? Like, your Facebook should be, I'm sorry, I'm all up in your live, but
this is Vanessa, guys.
Right. So all this information right here, like, I'm not looking at that. Like, you're telling me to pay. What am I paying for? So
paying for a beagle?
Yeah, like that's what I don't. That's kind of the weird stuff that we see all the time. Like, you don't have your Facebook there, you don't have your Instagram there, but you definitely have for me to give you my Discover card information. I don't think so.
Right, exactly. So, and you know, just not much information. Poorly branded, not built for a website. I mean, again, this is what, if your website looks like this, or you know a business owner that their website looks like this, you know, talk to them, pull them to the side, say, hey, you know, the gig's up. You know, it's time to get over this stuff. This website's terrible. We need something new, or we're not going to give you our business anymore. You know, tell them that. Maybe you don't really mean it. Maybe you're just doing it to get them, you know, pushed to the digital age. But if it helps your friend out and gets their business better, you know, maybe that's what you should do. Right. I don't know. Really, someone knows these guys. Do that to them. Hit them with the elbow. Hey,
right. Hit them on LinkedIn. Let them know that we featured them on our show. But yeah, so, and I really want to hit hard too. I know I kind of skipped over it a little bit, but the video and the photos. So a part of your 2018 rebranding strategy is implementing videos and pictures onto your website. And I would say, this is my personal opinion, it's always good to have, like, you know, this nice stock images like you see on this website, but also putting in more organic images, especially if you're a company and it's the before and afters. You definitely want to show that if you're looking to rebrand on every single page. Really analyze your pages and say, okay, am I showing the client organically what I provide them by video or by picture? That should be a part of your 2018 rebrand strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you can't stress videos enough. We are in a time where people love to watch videos. YouTube is getting bigger than ever. I want to say it's the second largest search engine next to Google. So people are consistently on YouTube looking for good videos, looking for value content and stuff that they can watch because they don't want to read it. We're in a society where people are putting the books down and they're watching more videos, listening to more audio. You can say that's disgusting and all whatever you want to say about it, but that's the truth. That's what's happening. You can agree with it or not. Not going to stop people from watching videos or listening to audio. So,
unfortunately, you have to go with the times.
Yeah, that's just what it is. You got to go with the times, and if you're stuck in the 1990s, you know, the marketplace and the business gods are going to make you hurt for it. So
let's check out what their social media looks like, the APP. So rebranding for social media. Oh yeah. So mistake number one. The link is broken, so that's a heads up for them.
Link's broken, so obviously that's not good. They're sending us to the wrong pages. I got to go search around for the plumbing company. So even though, and this is part of your brand strategy too, even though you look pretty up front, if you don't have any personality or if you don't have anything, you know, besides that good look, not going to help you out, right? So if you're sending people to busted Facebook links, blogs that don't work, you know, pages that don't really make sense or whatever the case is, you know, it doesn't just stop at having a good looking homepage. You have to be consistent throughout all of your marketing, throughout your YouTube, your Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, website, Medium, you know, all of the 9 million different things you can be on. Make sure you're consistent.
Right.
So we look here. Look, April 26th.
Been a long time, huh?
We ain't heard from you
Wait,
guys in a while. That's
what?
been a whole year.
January was the other time. Okay.
January
Okay.
26th, and then April. They have something goes on the 26th of each month. That's exciting to them because that's
Right,
the only time
obviously.
they post.
That's when they schedule on buffer. They're like, we're
But
gonna have it on this date for sure.
is it April?
Yeah,
What
April
date
20th.
is it? Is it April? Oh, it's
No,
December.
no, it's not. It's
Oh
definitely
my
December.
gosh.
It's definitely
So they
December.
haven't posted in how many? I don't know how many months that is.
So that's a part of rebranding. Consistency.
15 people. They got good ratings here. I mean, you look, they have good reviews. They got 6 5-stars and a 1-star. But, you know, if you've watched the Digital Mindset shows, we've told you that having good reviews, people will listen to an online review just like they will their brother, sister, uncle, cousin. So they have good reviews on their Facebook, right? They have a solid website. They could really gear a lot of their focus or more of their focus into their Facebook and social media and use that turn to bring in a lot of business. They got some good reviews on there. If they were just focus and put some time and energy into it, it could probably bring them a good amount of business, I'd have to think.
Right, right. One of the things too I do have to commend them on is their profile picture and their cover. I think they could have did a little. I think they could have put their services on their cover page along with that little faucet picture or whatever.
Maybe a phone number or something
Yeah.
possibly. But
So you want some sort of call to action up there, but I do have to say it is still cohesive with their brand because you saw the same images on their website. So that's a really good point. Some businesses, they'll put like the weirdest things, like it could be an employee and they're doing this. Like that has nothing to do with your brand. You putting a fun picture of your employee for your cover photo, look how big that is. Look how much information you could put in there.
Yeah.
Like nobody cares about your employee having fun. Like leave that for your posts, okay? Do that. But for your cover, you want to have a call to action, something that's going to grab them or tell them right up front what your brand represents. So they did a good job with that, with the cohesion, but I would add something in there like a call to action, a quick list of services, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, too, rebranding. It's not just about your look. It's got to be about your consistency. If your brand is going to make it in the digital age, you have to get the attention of your customers. Say this over and over again, but it's the truth, right? If your branding is not looking good on your social media and all of it, it only looks good on your website, and when they come to your Facebook, they don't even know they're on the same company, and then they go to your YouTube and, you know, the videos are bad, or, you know, they're just, you know, all of the different things you see out there. If you want to keep your business alive moving forward in the digital age, you got to get rid of that. You got to be consistent. You have to be on your Facebooks, on your YouTubes, adding value content, engaging with your customers, you know, being social, interacting, and really just being a human being and just being out there so you can get your business logo and get some attention from the marketplace.
Yeah, and kind of go along with the valuable content and things of that nature. I like how we said too here that for your posts, you want to make sure that your posts are consistent with your audience, with your niche audience, making sure that the posts make sense according to, you know, whoever you're trying to appeal to. One thing that I actually just told someone was, hey, go on your Instagram, go on your Twitter, go on your Facebook and do a personal audit. Put yourself in your client's shoes and say, hey, are all these photos marketing toward my audience? Like, would someone be engaged with this sort of picture? What would they think of it? How does it fit my brand? I think a part of your 2018 rebranding strategy is to really sit down and audit what you've done thus far as your post engagements go and things like that, to really say, hey, am I really reaching out to my client? And that's from the social posts that are more fun and all the way to the more, you know, direct marketing posts. You want to make sure that those are cohesive with the messaging and even the design as well, because sometimes brands will, you know, have like these great pictures that are nice, and then all of a sudden they just like drop off, and then the pictures don't fit their brand. They don't have any call to actions on them. There's really no sort of value that you're trading. So that's a part of your rebranding. I would highly suggest for you guys to audit yourselves. You know, really put yourself in your client's shoes or potential client's shoes and see what they think.
Yeah. And, you know, here's a good point. We kind of dig, you know, in a little bit deeper into their socials here. We're going to go look at their YouTube. And boom, look, we get to their YouTube, they're getting sloppy. Look, their cover photo, you can only see half of it. Plumbing services, you know, whatever the case is, filled out, you know, very poorly. This is not a link, so they could have done better there. 3 years ago was the last time they did a video. Okay, so not being consistent on YouTube. Again, another thing we're talking about with the rebranding is the consistency. And let's just take a look. You know, I haven't even searched this, but how to install a toilet. We're just going to do some random kind of research here. Oh my gosh, look, the Home Depot, 2.4 million views on how to replace or install a toilet. Look at this guy. This guy, 8 minutes and 46 minutes, the old house. Okay, how to install a toilet.
That's crazy.
1 year ago, 1 million views. If you're a local plumber and you make a really good video on how to install a toilet and it gets 1 million views on YouTube, raise your hand if you don't think that will help you get some business. I don't see it. Well, I just kind of raised my hand, but I didn't really mean to, because that will get you a shit ton of business.
Right.
You got 1 million people looking at your brand, looking at your company and saying, man, these guys are helping me learn how to build a toilet. Man, that looks like a lot of work. I'm just going to call them because I don't want to do that process, right?
Right.
Not going to hurt you, right? Look at this, 1 million views, 500,000 views, 410,000 views, right? So these are things you can do if you're a plumber to get more attention from the marketplace using YouTube. You know, how to install a toilet. I'm sure there's 1 million other things that we can search that have to do with plumbing, but I think you get the point. As if you are a plumbing company, now imagine that on their YouTube channel for the past 3 years, instead of not posting anything, they were creating videos on how to install a toilet, how to, you know, clear your drain lines, how to stop your water lines from freezing in the winter. I don't know. There's many of things that you plumbers can probably think about good videos to give your audience, but 3 years, no video.
Right, and that's just sad. And I would argue too, and let me know what you think, Chris. Like, if you're gonna set yourself up like that for 2018, if you're not gonna be consistent and be true to that, don't even sign up for YouTube.
Right.
Is that too crazy to say? Like, I would only do what you can actually handle, because that, I mean, as a potential client, even for myself, if I needed their help, I will look at that and say, well, they're not really investing into their content. You know, why would I invest into them?
Yeah. No, and you know, I might go along with that, but realistically, what I'd say is just do the videos. You have to do them. You know, we can, you know, say, hey, if you don't want to do it, you know, don't do it, little Sally. But at the end of the day, the truth is you got to do these videos. You have to. If you don't want to build them on YouTube, focus on doing videos on Facebook,
right,
and only
live.
do it on Facebook, and have 1 million videos on Facebook and none on YouTube. You know, if you really want to do it that way. But realistically, you know, I would say be consistent on your YouTube and Facebook. But to, you know, kind of answer your question, if you are just so against starting a YouTube, and no, I'm not doing a YouTube, I don't care what Chris and Vanessa say, I don't care how many people in the digital realm tell me this, at least do them on your Facebook Lives, upload videos on there, because it's going to help you get more business. I mean, I was just talking with, we work with a cleaning company. The owner of the cleaning company shoots her very first Facebook Live video was 1 minute and 20 seconds, and it ended up getting her a client because someone on Facebook was looking for a cleaning company, couldn't find a word-of-mouth referral, and just happened to see this cleaning company on Facebook Live, liked the video, called my cleaning company client, and boom, they're working together.
All off of a video.
Off of Facebook Live video. The very first one she's ever created. So stuff's strong. You just got to do it.
Yeah, putting in that work for that. So consider your rebranding when it comes to your photos and your videos. And hey, if you need some ideas, do not be afraid to tweet us. You guys see our link, our connections on the sides of us. So definitely reach out to us. So the next part here that we have, I kind of want to skip over this a little bit. And we'll come back to blogs, but the website copy, because I feel like that kind of goes with what we were just speaking of. Oh, that's your LinkedIn.
Yeah, well, yeah, and just real quick before we move on to website copy, you know, again, you got to stay consistent. You know, this plumbing company, we click on the LinkedIn, and here it pops up, right? And boom, we have no logo, no picture. Okay, it says graphic design. Okay, so now you're throwing me off, because are you a plumber, are you a graphic designer, or do you just graphic design plumbing? I don't know. Is all you do is do pictures of pipes? I don't know. I mean, obviously not, but I'm just saying, you got to be consistent. If you're going to put LinkedIn on the bottom of your website and send people to your LinkedIn, make sure it's got the right information and that it looks good. Right? PlumbingMedinaOhio.com. Okay, so that's, they must have a redirect or something. Oh, that's a whole different website. Okay.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
So they are using a different, maybe it looks kind of like a landing page-esque as their page for their LinkedIn, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's not a terrible thing. So you can kind of do an A/B test on different websites to see which one's going to get you more leads. So I'm not going to knock them there.
But that still confuses the client, though. That's going to confuse someone, like, okay, so which website is it?
Yeah. So
and then you're going to get that call. You're going to get that phone call. Oh, I tried to go to your website, but I couldn't tell which one. Yeah. That's the problem.
And what you could do, instead of sending them to a complete different .com, just build a different page and send them to that page that's designed like a landing page, right? So if you want to send them to this plumbingmedinaohio.com, instead of creating a whole new .com, you can create a page on ACC Plumbing that's, called Plumbing in Medina, Ohio, and boom, this is the page you send them to from your LinkedIn. Okay, it's keeping the clicks on the same website, which is going to make your domain authority stronger, because you're not sending them to multiple different pages, and it's going to give you very close to the same results as sending them to a different .com if you want to A/B test certain pages or layouts to see which one is going to get you more leads. So, yeah.
Right.
But I do like that they're adding, they have different landing pages. I do like that about them. This company is at least a little bit more progressive in the way that they think.
For sure. There's a video
you see they have a video down here. It looks like it has some kind of production around it. Not sure that it's the greatest video because I've never watched it, but I can't say it's a bad one either.
Right, because it is there. So.
But yeah, it looks pretty good. They spent some money on this, and they're making themselves look like an expert in their field, and I commend them for that. I just think that there are some, things that they could be doing better at with their Facebook posting, their YouTube, get their YouTube videos in there. Maybe update the LinkedIn a little bit with some graphics and a logo so that they know that it is actually your company's LinkedIn. Obviously, I would change graphic design to plumbing services, unless you're trying to pivot your plumbing company into a graphic design company. I'm not sure.
Probably.
But those are just some quick little kind of audits, I guess, that you could do for your own website or for a friend's website that owns a business that will help them improve their marketing for the upcoming year.
And the main theme too, is cohesion. Like cohesiveness, like that is like the main purpose. Like that's the main idea that you want to think about and constantly ask yourself as a business is everything that I'm on, that I'm involved in, cohesive? That's the main part of rebranding. Cool. Yeah. So the next part here too, which we can probably use both websites for this example, is the website copy. So for the copy, which I kind of mentioned before when we opened up the show, is just see how everything's like formed on there. So having cohesiveness with the copy, making sure the copy makes sense. They have there what the services are, the expectations. They have the testimonials there. Yeah. Why choose us? Why are we different from the competition? I think it's really important to isolate that sort of language, just so people know what it is that they're getting. So rebranding your copy for 2018 should definitely be a part of your strategy. If you're someone who kind of feels like, okay, I don't think that I'm really aggressive with my language, or assertive rather with your language, really consider revising it so that clients have a better idea of exactly what you do right off the top. I don't want to have to guess. You don't want to have to give your clients or potential clients any sort of guesswork when they come to your site.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see they do a pretty good job with their copy. They're not talking too much about just a specific company and why their help. Request a plumber, free estimates on things that are more involved than a service call. If you have clogged drains or whatever, call us, request an estimate. So there's a lot of places you can go here and get quotes and get free estimates, and we'll kind of see what happens when we click on that. So it jumps them to their contact us page. Oh, so look at this. Send us a message. Got the business hours. Okay.
What was that thing up there?
I don't know what that's a little weird. So they have a broken link or something with the Google Maps API server. So they got a broken link or something there for their Google Maps, it looks like.
You know what? I would love to ask businesses, how often do you actually look at your own website?
Right. That's probably been up for months. They don't even know.
Don't even know. Years. Probably since April. Last time
people are like, I
posted.
don't know. What is this? An address? How do you get there with this? But so yeah, I mean, these are things you got to look at your own website. And it's not a terrible contact us page. Name, email, phone number, and message. So pretty good there. So yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. But then you look at
don't even go there.
look at Beagles, and here's a whole nother story. So the only thing it says is proudly serving Medina County since '93. Always fair prices with quality work. Okay, and then it just says the services we offer. I see no customer testimonials. I see no before and afters. I see no reason I would use you over the competition unless I love Beagles. You might get me there, but I don't. I like big dogs. But look, we got some coupons. It looks like specials that I don't even know how to use this. What do I call you and use it, or I can't?
And look,
click on it?
Like that's a perfect email capture right there.
Right.
And you can't even do that because.
Yeah, exactly. $10 off any job when you join our email list, and boom, you come to the home page, you put a nice email capture up, you give them a $10 coupon. Next time they need some plumbing, they're going to use their coupon, they're going to call you, right? So boom, not collecting any emails on here. So yeah, it's just bad all around, and really there's no copy. Where is the copy?
It's all right there. Phone I
this is it, just this page. 120 words in a turkey.
And that, I can't believe that there's a Visa, MasterCard. I just,
why? But you can pay us.
Right. Don't forget that part.
Don't forget, you can pay us.
You can pay us. No worries.
But we don't care about our website or our business. Maybe they do. I'm not going to say they don't care about their business, because there's a lot of people out there that care about their business but just don't know these things. And that's why we do these shows every week, so that you can get your digital knowledge up, and so that you can get more attention for your business and for your brand for the upcoming year and for the digital age to come. So, now if you watch this Beagle Plumbing and you see my video or see our video and then you choose to ignore it,
okay, then
now I'm gonna say you don't care about your business.
Now it's really on you.
Now you don't care about your business.
You know what? One thing that I love that you mentioned is about the you-centric part. Can you kind of talk about that as far as like the history?
Yeah, absolutely. And with your website copy, I think that it needs to be customer-centric. Really geared towards why your customer should be using your company, why your company is focused on solving your customers' problems, and why you're going to help them more than the competition, right? A lot of people, and we can use this company as an example, because you go to their About Us, this is you-centric, right? So I say you should be customer-centric, really giving your customer the information they need to feel comfortable with giving you their money.
Right.
But these guys are you-centric, so we are located here, We have been serving you since '93. We're committed to pleasing our customers, quality work, blah, blah, blah. Oh, look, I have to put my name on here because I'm the owner, and you got to see my name. And then also, all three of us have state plumbing licenses. So it's really, all this is saying is really focused on the company, business owners, and what they do. It has nothing to do with why a customer would use their company, why they've been around since '93, how they've lasted this long. It has nothing to do with that. It's all you-centric in the sense of, hey, we got to toot our own horn here and not really provide any quality website copy.
Right. Because that's not going to
Yeah,
convert.
exactly.
It's not going to end up leading
Right.
someone into actually invest
No.
into the
What's going to
services.
make me do or use your company is when I come to a website like this, APPC, and I jump on their website and I see customer testimonials, right? I see this. Oh man, Joe, John, all these guys had a great, experience with this plumbing company. These multiple different people, Joe, Jane, Jim, all these people that they have are validating that they've used this company before. They're a good company to work with, and you should use them too. You don't see that on the other website.
No.
None of it. Right?
I'm not convinced.
So Carl, Tom, Joe, Jane, I mean, all these different people, and things like that is what's going to get me to want to use your company. Not telling me that you've been around since 23 and your name is Mike and you own a dog. Like, I don't care about that. The hell does that have to do with my plumbing?
That's not going to lead to a sale.
No.
Nobody cares about that.
So, but yeah, again, consistency, being congruent, being cohesive across all of your platforms, not just your website, making sure you have branded call to actions that are trying to get your customer to a lead in an offline discussion. All of these things need to be addressed for your 2018 brand. It needs to be geared towards a mobile device, tablets, things like that. All of these things are very important moving into the digital age.
So one of the things too that me and Chris talked about when it comes to your rebrand strategy for 2018 are blogs. So companies, they look at, I'm sure Chris experienced this and me myself, they look at us and they're like, a blog, really? A blog? That's what you want me to do? Yes. That needs to be implemented in your 2018 rebranding. And if you're not going to do it, hire someone to do it, because going into 2018 and being consistent with a digital mindset, you want to have a consistent blog that shows that you're an expert in your field. And I think blogs really help with that. They even help with SEO value and ranking, and just in general, being able to place yourself in a position to look like the expert in your field, look like you know what you're talking about. I mean, this is the perfect way to do that. So if you do not have a blog currently, this is one of the things that you need to start implementing on your site as soon as possible, because it's gonna make you more credible, more legit. People are gonna know more about your work, and they don't have to wait to find your website to know what you do, because then you can repost your content on your Facebook, on your Instagram, stuff like that. But if you don't have a blog, it's kind of like, I'm only guessing that you may know what you're doing, and then I have to see the testimonials and stuff like that. But blogs, it's a perfect way to rebrand.
Yeah, and absolutely. And one of the best things about blogs that a lot of people don't understand is they can bring you a lot of SEO value. And having more SEO value in your website is a huge deal, because it's free traffic. If you're using quality SEO tactics to get more clicks back to your website for free, on top of a paid ad campaign and everything else you're doing with YouTube ads, Facebook ads, or whatever you're doing, it's going to bring more attention to your company. Okay, so again, we come back to the YouTube video on how to install a toilet. Let's create a blog called How to Install a Toilet. Write a nice blog with over 1,300 words on it. We put that video at the top of the page. We give our customers some amazing information, right? So now when someone searches Google for how to install a toilet, boom, your website is the front, or your blog post is the very first thing they see. Oh, great, I'm going to go to appplumbing.com and check out this blog post, and boom, now we got them on our website about toilets. So it's geared towards our customer, and it's just a way to get free traffic back to the website. Okay, so free traffic is always good, and blogs are going to help you build that SEO traffic. So, a lot of people that don't understand blogs or don't want to write blogs get very discouraged that, hey, I don't want to start a blog, but it's about the keywords.
You have to.
Yeah, it's about the SEO value. It's about the digital footprint. It helps you. You got to do it.
Right. Yeah, so we talked about a lot today.
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
about rebranding and what your rebranding strategy will be for 2018. And like we say, it's about doing an audit. Honestly, doing an audit for everything, like really taking that time to devote that time to do that audit. Audit is important. You want to make sure everything is cohesive from your design to your copy to your brand and your messaging. All of those things should be cohesive.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it like that because I literally want you to remember, like, okay, what did they say again? If you don't remember anything, remember cohesion, and you will be perfectly fine.
Cohesion, consistency. I'd like to add that one in there because the fact is, not a lot of consistency is going to hurt you too. So, if you have any questions about your brand, ask them on hashtag or hashtag digital mindset. We'll answer those questions for you. Ask them. We're on Twitter. You can see boom boom. Tweet us, ask us any questions you would like. We'll be able to help you out with any digital questions you have on Twitter as well. Jump on, the YouTube. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel, Infinite Media Resources, where we're going to be dropping videos like this on a regular basis, so that in the digital age, you business owners, you entrepreneurs can get more attention and can increase your business moving forward. So don't forget the hashtag digital mindset.
Digital mindset. Perfecto.
Yes. So, hey, you got anything else for him?
No, I'm ready for 2018. I'm ready for 2018. I'm ready to see what companies are going to do. They're all panicking right now, calling us, emailing us, and we're here. We're here to answer your call.
You need help. You don't want to do this stuff on your own. You know where to find us, infiniteMediaResources.com. We'll do it for you so that you don't have to. But hey, if you want to do it by yourself and learn the hard way, keep checking out Digital Mindset, because we'll help you grow and we'll help you get there. Until next time, we're out of here.
Yes.